Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and take a look at the final new unit from this batch of units that came out, along with the STR Super Boo. Now, we have already gone extensively in depth about how good the AGL Western Supreme Kai is. You know, I've already rainbowed her, you know, we've already shown her off. She is, I was about to say one of the best units in the game. I suppose that would fit, because in terms of support units, you know, we have Turles and Physical Kid Buu at the top, and, you know, AGL West Kai, you know, is a unique support type unit, so she has to be, you know, somewhere in the mix. Certainly not as good as Turles and Physical Kid Buu, but, you know, she's, you know, on a good level like, you know, God of Destruction Topo, or some other support type units, right? But there also was another West Kai that released that is a free-to-play unit. So today, we're going to go ahead and take a quick look at her. Now, she's not bad. She's pretty good for, again, a free-to-play unit. I think for, you know, any new players who come into the game from this point on, she'll be a very good unit for, like, any sort of Realm of Gods team. Or even, you know, if you just happen to not have a lot of options for Realm of Gods, she could be pretty good. You know, it does make a lot of sense, because if you guys look at the Realm of Gods team, you know, it is full of Dokkan Fest exclusives, essentially. Just look at this screen right here. Basically, the entire screen is Dokkan Fest exclusives or LRs. Really, I would say LR Vegito Blue kind of doesn't count. You know, he is a free-to-play unit. But I guess, you know, you might need some Dokkan Fest exclusives with Fierce Battle in order to get him, right? So he might count there. But then you have, like, you know, STR got Goku. He is a pretty easy to obtain unit, Zamasu, and then this AGL got Goku. But the rest are, you know, all exclusive units. So that's why the Realm of Gods team is so powerful, is because it has so many, like, exclusives in it. So I think, like, some free-to-play options, like this Western Supreme Kai, or the Tech Supreme Kai, you know, Shin right here, will be very helpful for a lot of people for sure. Now, kind of like the Evil Boo, I went over him at the start of the video last time, just because I feel like not many people had talked about him. He had gone, like, completely under the radar. Same thing with STR Western Supreme Kai right here. She's flown almost completely under the radar because the AGL one is so good. So let's quickly break her down, and then we're gonna hop into an event. So this is Holy Interceptor West Supreme Kai. Her leader skill is Super STR types Key 2, HP attack and defense 40%. So not really too good, but if she ever gets a Dokkan Awakening further into a TUR, it could be pretty useful. Her super attack is the Divine Light Bullet, which raises attack for 1 turn and causes supreme damage. Her passive skill, God's Fight, is attack and defense 50%, and then she has a chance to perform a crit an extra 7% per Realm of Gods category ally on the team. So basically what this means is if she's on a full Realm of Gods team, she'll have a 49% chance to perform a crit. She is basically the same type of unit as the Tech Super Saiyan 2 Kabe for the Universal Survival Arc team. So this West Supreme Kai, pretty useful. Again, if you don't have the AGL one, if you don't have all of the Dokkan Fest exclusives for the Realm of Gods team, I think she could be a capable sort of unit here. Her ability to do crits as often as she will be, be able to, is going to be pretty handy. Her links are Battlefield Diva, The Innocence, Courage, Shocking Speed, Godly Power, and Supreme Power. So, okay, I guess. She does have Godly Power and Shocking Speed, which will be good for the Realm of Gods team. Her 12 key multiplier is 130%, which is quite bad. And then she has 3 categories. The only thing is, really, the Realm of Gods team is pretty much the only place you're going to want to use this West Kai right here. I mean, she's certainly not going to be any good here on the Buu Saga team. Maybe the Potara team, she could help you out a bit. I guess also the Potara team is filled with exclusives. You know, an extra free-to-play option in there probably is not too much of a bad thing. But I don't know how well she would work over there. So let's go ahead and hop into this event. We're going to be using this Western Supreme Kai. Again, I have her right now at about 1% in the dupe system. That's usually what I do with, like, all SSRs. So I don't really want to go too crazy here. Like I want to put her on a rotation with God of Destruction Topo, and we'll see, you know, how much damage she'll be able to output at that point. And I also brought, ooh, we almost had the perfect rotation for her. I also brought LR Beerus and Whis. just because she does, again, have the Innocence. So we can activate that extra attack link and just sort of see what she can do in terms of attack power. Now, we already do have God Topo and LR Beerus and Whis on a rotation, so it's going to take a little while, but I'm actually going to float Western Supreme Kai off the team in the next turn. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Yep, for sure, because I just want to make sure, you know, really, as long as we get that one rotation where we see what she can, like, really do, we'll be good from that point on. Now, LR Beerus got hit, so, yeah, he's going to be able to do very good damage. That's not even his 18-key super right there, and LR Beerus hitting very, very hard. That's just how LR Beerus gets down as a unit. Incredibly powerful once the second part of his passive activates. So, again, I do want to show, like, West Kai actually in action right here, but let's get her on the good rotation first, since we've already got God Topo and the LR Beerus and Whis kind of ready to go. Not going to be able to get a super attack right here. It's not a big deal because I'm pretty sure Blue Vegeta plus UI Goku will finish off Rose. This Evolution Blue Vegeta, by the way, pretty sure he would wax Rose, because Vegeta was already, I don't know, it is hard to tell, like, did Vegeta really have the upper hand right as they fused in the merge Zamasu? Kind of seems like, you know, Vegeta was winning against Rose. Then once Rose busts out the Scythe, at that point, you know, the game changed. It's like, uh-oh. You know, once he got that Scythe out, I think he was going to do pretty good against Vegeta. Unfortunately, we didn't really get to see a lot of that, right? Like, that basically happened mostly off screen. That's another problem with the Goku Black arc. It's like, we have to endure so much kind of BS, like with the Pilaf gang kind of dicking around and stuff, and then, like, they finally get to the fight, and it's like, oh, let's watch, like, Bulma and Trunks and Mai kind of play around with the Mafuba and, you know, Zamasu, rather than see, like, Goku and Vegeta fight Goku Black. It's like, maybe not the best decision done by Dragon Ball Super. So, LR Beerus, by the way, has completely torched Rose. Oh, man, we went through this event so fast. We're on the last phase already, and we haven't seen West Kai's super attack. See, that is showcases nowadays, like, these boss fights, if I'm not going into, like, the new transforming Dokkan Fest for, like, you know, Goku, Frieza, Super Buu, his counts, I think Jiren's works as well, UI Goku, that's it. Like, all other events just, like, burn by so fast. There's just no time to, like, get rotations set up or anything. We're just done instantly. So, wow. Is there, no way. There's no way we're going to finish off Rose in this turn. No way. Yo. That's what happens when you get bad luck at the start of the fight. Oh, I guess, you know, in future showcases, what I might start doing is, like, if I hop in and it's a really bad rotation like that, I might just, like, restart the fight. Like, there's no point in going through the whole fight, because, yeah, Vegeta Blue is just too strong. He's gonna finish Rose. So we really went the entire fight. Like, this, you know, this Rose fight, this is not a weak fight. This fight is literally in the most recent boss rush. And, like, I did bring, like, some, you know, weaker units here. It's not like I didn't bring, like, Vegito Blue or anything. Alright, well, I mean, that was actually pretty annoying, I'm not gonna lie. Let me hop back in. Again, we want to see West Kai, God Topo, and LR Beerus on a rotation. That was really annoying, by the way. Alright, guys, so after 100 years, finally, I have the rotation that I want to see. We got God Topo, we got the Western Kai, and then we also have LR Beerus. I'm going to go ahead and have God Topo super attack first, because, of course, that will give West Kai a little bit of an extra buff. And then I do at least want to see her with one more rotation, just see what her kind of attacks that would be, just if she's linked up with, like, God Topo and she attacks in the first slot or something. So, you know, let's kind of see how that will work. So, what's her attack set going to be? 422,000. Again, that's a free-to-play unit, and she gets a crit. hold on, I do want to point this out. Even though, you know, y'all obviously know why she crit, it was because of her passive. I do still just want to show that I don't actually have, like, any crit into her. Like, that's just her passive. That does make her, like, a very good free-to-play option. Again, anytime you can get, like, some free crits from your passive like that, you know, LR Trunks, the Super Saiyan 2 Kabe, any units like that, even Tapion, some of the Tapion cards can do that. I think the physical one and the tech one both crit off their passive. I believe so. Maybe the physical one doesn't. I'd have to look at him again. He's a free-to-play unit. Actually, I don't think I ever did a video on him. There's a couple of those Hirudegarn and Tapion units I didn't do videos on. I'm probably eventually going to do a video on every unit in the game. I know people are asking for a Rainbow Demigra. We'll see about that. Okay, so yeah, Western Supreme Kai, as you guys can see, 1% in the dupe system. I did not give her any crits or anything like that, so she just did that naturally. Let's just go ahead and get through this one more turn, and then on the next rotation, again, we'll be able to see what she's able to do, sort of like without Innocence active, because, you know, remember, the Innocence is a 10% attack link that she was able to get from LR Beerus and Whis, and then, you know, I had God Topo super first, so, you know, she'll probably do a lot less damage, of course, you know, without Beerus around or God Topo supering first. She probably would drop down into, like, the low 300,000s for her attack. We'll see. Wow, I'm actually surprised we took out that first whole rotation right there. Pretty good, pretty good. Okay, so our girl, Western Supreme Kai. What can you do here on this rotation? God Topo, not supering first. Remember, he does give a slight attack buff to all, I think it's all allies, not just super type allies. 368. Okay, so Topo supering first plus the Innocence was a big deal. There's her 2 for 2 with crits, by the way. Pretty damn good. I do like units like that, you know, so you could do a couple things with her. You could load up maybe on dodge, since she, you know, is not going to be as good of a defensive unit as some other types of units. Or maybe you could just go all crit with her and give her, like, you know, basically, she has a 49% chance to crit, and if that does not activate, then she'll have her 20% chance to crit from the hidden potential system if you give her 20 crit. So that could be an interesting idea. But, alright guys, here we will finish up Western Supreme Kai. Not bad for a free-to-play unit. Not bad at all. She's pretty solid.